Hey guys, welcome back to another great game of CDH. Today is another short game, but what can you expect with two combat-centric decks at the table? Also, if you like what you see, consider joining our Patreon, as with your help, we can keep producing the videos you enjoy. And if you want to play with us, hop on our Discord. We have an ever-growing community that loves to talk MTG or whatever else strikes our fancy. And we would love to meet new people. Alright, block there, kill that. Oh, that is trample. Guess I'm just dead on board. Starting us off is Anthony, who has brought us Tevesh Szat Tana. This is another partner commander pairing that is rarely seen. This is a Turbo Nas Chun combo deck. Whether it be Underworld Breach, Witherbloom, or Dualcaster Mage, this deck's goal is to tutor early for combo pieces, while relying on Tevesh as a value engine to either draw cards or provide bodies to block or, more importantly, sack as a resource. This is definitely an interesting list for an uncommon commander pair. Next up is Hidden Planet X on Jetmir. He's actually playing a list from one of our Discord members, so shout out to the Papa Squats for the sweet list. So why Jetmir? Well, this is a similar deck to Winota, as it's a creature-based stax deck that pressures his opponent's life total. And while Jetmir's first buff of a power and vigilance doesn't seem like much, it really helps you utilize your mana dorks much more effectively. And while 9 creatures seems like a lot, in testing it's pretty achievable, and oh boy does Double Strike really end things quickly. In the third spot we have Ivan, who is playing his new list Winota. I know this is going to be a quick game if either one of these decks go off. But this is another explosive stacks combo deck that wants to play non-human creatures early and play its commander, using Winota's ability to cheat creatures into play at an alarming rate and overwhelm the board. The explosive nature of the deck, in combination with its tightly layered combos, allow for the first real opportunity for Boros to play at competitive tables. And bringing up the rear, we have Pixel, this time playing Captain Sisay. This is an adaptive combo deck that leverages the consistency and versatility of Sisay's ability to assemble one-card combos and find silver bullet stax pieces to stop the majority of archetypes in the format. This deck aims for a quick Sisay tutor for stax pieces to lock the board down, or tutor for infinite mana combos using a variety of legendary combo enablers. But without further ado, let's get on to the gameplay. Anthony starts off with the Misty Rainforest, which he cracks for a Bayou. Hidden also cracks a fetch, this one being a Verdant Catacombs for a Savannah, which is then used for a Llanowar Elves. Ivan has a quick turn, just playing a tapped Sacred Foundry. Pixel has a Command Tower and an Enlightened Tutor. And then he does respond with a Vamp Tutor to save some time, while Pixel goes and searches out a Sol Ring. Anthony draws his Tutor card and plays a Command Tower. He casts a Jeweled Lotus, which helps power out a Tevesh, who upticks for 2 Thralls. Hidden shocks in a Sacred Foundry and sends his Elf at Tevesh, who drops the 5. Then on his second main, Hidden casts a Collector Roof, although Hidden wished he really was first to stop that Lotus. Ivan then plays a Clifftop Retreat and casts a Spirit of the Labyrinth. Pixel has a Prismatic Vista and decides to cast an inactive Sol Ring, ending his turn cracking his Vista for a Forest and a Llanowar Elves. Anthony can only draw 1 due to the Spirit and decides to uptick Tevesh for some more Thralls. He has a Spire Guard in his land and casts a Diabolic Intent, sacking one of his Thralls and searching out a card. Hidden has a Spire Garden and for 4 casts a Winota of his own. He then moves the combat and sends the Oof at Tevesh, triggering Winota, who puts a Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, into play, also attacking Tevesh. Anthony then chumps the Thalia with a Thrall, and Tevesh drops the 5. I am done after that. Now the board is just going to get wrathed, and I'm going to be very sad.
I don't think so. I think he'll be fine.
I don't know, he just did a bunch of tutoring. Ivan plays a Plains and continues to pile on the stax pieces as a Vryn Windmere comes out. Ivan then ends his turn with combat, sending the Spirit at Tevesh, who chumps again with a Thrall. Pixel also has a quick turn, just playing a Brushland. Anthony shocks into Stomping Ground and upticks Tevesh for 2 more Thralls, and does something very scary as he casts a Witherbloom Apprentice. Okay, definitely targets acquired.
Yes, sir.
Hidden as a Forest is land, and then for 3 casts an Adeline. She resolves and Hidden then moves to combat. He sends his team at Anthony and triggers Adeleine for 3 more humans, 1 going at each of his opponents. He then resolves his 2 Winota triggers, the first one getting Hidden a Tocatli Honor Guard, with the second one hitting some spice with a Kamal Heart of Krosa. These 2 also headed Anthony, and before blockers are declared, Pixel flashes in a Yeva. Blockers are had with Pixel eating a human, and Anthony killing another human, and chumping Winota and Kamal with 2 of his thralls. Also, I realized as editing this, Hidden should have 1 less human after blocks, but ultimately it really doesn't matter too much. Ivan then bolts himself for an untapped Shatter Skull, and unsurprisingly casts Winota. He then heads the combat and sends the Wingmare at Tevesh, with the Spirit going at Hidden. Ivan has 2 Winota triggers, with the first one resolving into a Ranger Captain of Eos, and while he doesn't get the ETB, it is a way of stopping Anthony for a turn at least, as the table assumes he has to be holding a Chains of Smog in his hand for the win. The second Winota trigger then puts a Loyal Apprentice into play, both headed Anthony, and he ultimately chumps the captain with a Thrall.
Just dying to hit him next turn.
I mean, maybe. The real question is, are we dying to Anthony this turn?
I mean, he needs to pay 5. No.
He needs to pay
he's
4,
exactly
so
enough.
he can cast it.
4.
What can he cast? What can he cast?
Chain of
What is
Smog?
he going for?
Chain
Chain of Smog, it would cost 4.
Is it an instant?
It's not. It's a sorcery. So you could just crack Ranger Captain.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean,
I
to
have
be
a
fair,
feeling
I don't have enough to kill everyone.
I think you do, actually.
Actually,
Voila, probably.
9.
I think you all just died at next turn anyway.
Probably, yeah.
All he has to do
We'll
is
see.
cast Jetmir.
I will.
Yeah, yes.
I will pass.
Ultimately, Ivan does sacrifice the captain, and Anthony draws a turn, and not having much else, upticks Tevesh for some more thralls. Hidden really doesn't want to wait, as he untaps and casts his commander. He's at the mythical 9 creatures, and gives his creatures +3/+0, vigilance, trample, and double strike. He then moves to combat, triggering Kamal to pump his team for another +3/+3 and trample. And yeah, long story short, this is way more than enough to kill the table, especially with 3 more humans off Adeleine and 2 Winota triggers. And while they do start doing the math, they realize everyone is just dead on board, and the table scoops it up. And before I get into the game review, I want to thank our Patreon subscribers. Game review. Well, I told you, with both Winota and Jetmir at the table, the game went pretty quick. And to anyone saying that Ivan was just king making, Anthony did reveal he was holding the Chains of Smog in hand to win, but was stopped by the double Thalia, which also fortunately stopped him from wiping the board with a Fire Covenant. It was lucky for him to actually have the Winota in hand, as that really let him snowball before Ivan was able to do so. And even more, once he hit a Kamal, the game was basically locked, assuming there wasn't a Wrath. But that's just how this game played out. I want to thank our Discord members who joined the game, and catch you guys later. Hey guys, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I just wanted to let you know that we have a TCG affiliate link, and if you ever see a card you want to try, or are inspired to brew something new, use our link when purchasing and we'll receive a small portion of the sale. This is a great way to support the channel, and if you enjoyed the gameplay, please leave a like and subscribe, as it really helps us keep making videos. And remember, never give up, even if you're dead on board. I'll see you guys later.